Hello everyone. This is a demo video of the program which generates a test driver based on Nusek VDX API call constraints. The tool generates the system model from configuration and constraints at first, and next generates test drivers from counterexamples of constraints. Before using the tool, the model checker NewSMV should be installed in your system. If you start the program, you can select a workspace directory. We'll show you a demo with a sample directory. First, you have to set configuration of the system. You can get configuration file and read it. If you want, you can add an object or modify properties of objects. You can see a configuration OL file is generated. If you change the build option and other OS configurations, you can see the OL file is refreshed. Now let's go to the next step, setting constraints. There are some API call constraints that should never be violated. If you violate these rules, the violation may introduce a system failure. You can select a constraint and APIs related to the constraint and update it. As an example, I will add a simple constraint in pairs get resource and release resource. After setting configuration and constraints, now the model of the Nusek VDX system is generated. The model is written in USMV modeling language. Objects we defined in the last step and OS environment are modeled. And also, automata of constraints are generated. After generating models of the system and constraints, the next thing to do is to generate task sequence from the model. In this step, a set of falsifiable verification properties are designed. We call the set trap properties. We can choose specification and constraint automata and coverage criteria to generate trap property scenarios. This panel shows the result of generated trap properties. If you look at these properties carefully, you can easily recognize that these properties cover all of possible states. For every combination of task 1, task 2, and the constraint automata, there is a mapping LTL constraint property. You can also see every property is negated because what we want to get is a trace of counterexample. If there is a path which violates a negated formula, it means there is a path satisfies the original property. Now it is time to run model checking to check trap properties. There are three model checking strategies: LTL, CTL, and bounded model checking. And as an example, I choose bounded model checking with bound 15. The script is successfully generated and the tool starts to verify properties generated in the former step. After model checking process, the set of false properties are found. Now it is the final step. We generate test drivers from model checking traces. Test sequence generation is based on the counterexamples we found, and once a set of counterexample is generated by NewSMV, we can extract the call sequence from it. Traces are saved in XML files. You can select the target OS of the system and generate C codes from XML files. In this process, duplicate traces are compressed in one file. In this video, I generated C test drivers for Trampoline OS. In the overview text area, you can see the content of generated test drivers. This is the end of the demo video. If you want to get more detailed information of the tool or Nusek VDX constraint patterns, please read two papers listed here. Thank you for watching this demo video.